Hey, how's it going? This is Doug with AMX Realty. Um, just want to introduce myself and also give you a tour of this house that we're interested in. A little bit of background about me. I've been a broker for 13 years now. I'm also a home builder, a licensed contractor, and everything in between. So I'm going to give you a tour of this house today, but through the lens of a builder. So let's see what happens. So just looking at the house from the exterior, it looks pretty nice. The first thing that I noticed is there's a lot of negative drainage that goes into the house. So if you see, the grade for the driveway is higher than the grade for the house. They've already knew about that because there's a drain right there. So just something to keep in mind. Um, Carrollton is known for having really soft soil. So whenever you have a lot of standing water, it soaks up water like a sponge and it sinks the house. That's why you always hear that Carrollton has foundation problems. But then again, most of North Texas also has foundation problems for the exact same reason. It's just soil in certain regions of North Texas is more sensitive to moisture than others, but they're all very sensitive to moisture. Um, but coming into the house, first thing I noticed is there's a lot of shiplap siding on the walls. This is obviously a cosmetic thing that they've added. The front entryway feels really tight. I mean, you can kind of see it here. This is like a 30-inch opening. A little claustrophobic. The photos in the listing made it look a lot bigger or grander than it is, but not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it has a cozy vibe to it. Recessed lighting in the dining room. This is a full-size table, but it is a little cramped in here. And it's especially cramped with this buffet setup they have. But it's nice. LED for the china cabinet. And you got one of these cheap little wine coolers. Well, not cheap, but I mean, it's a Chinese brand. Okay. Um, this is a pier and beam house, I believe, because it feels hollow when I'm walking through it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how pier and beam works, but the majority of houses in Texas are not pier and beam. Well, ever since like the late 60s, 70s or so. Coming into the kitchen, kitchen is also a little bit cramped. Not gonna lie, this feels a little tight. A lot of, I can't tell if this is natural light or if this is just LED light, but it's very bright in here, which is kind of cool. Breakfast area with all these bay windows. And this is, so this is built in. I thought for a minute there that this would be, or that this would be not built in because they're drastically different cabinetry, but I think that's intentional. It's pretty cool. I like stuff with older charm like this, or a more unique charm. You don't see this every day. You have 27-inch KitchenAid appliances. These things are stupid hard to get because of their small size. Back in the days, 27-inch was the standard opening for ovens, but nowadays it's 30 inches. So finding anything in 27 is gonna cost you an arm and a leg. This is a 30-inch opening, double swing GE monogram. Pretty cool. So expensive. That looks expensive. I have no idea what brand. Oh no, this is a monogram too. So I think they didn't pull any punches when they renovated this because I don't see anything here that's cheap. Another thing I noticed is where's the downdrafts for this? There's no ventilation. Oh, neat. I always like those little touches. But there's no ventilation for the cooktop. But I think that is what this is, which is a bathroom exhaust fan. Not the right way to do this. It will accumulate grease and over the long run could potentially be a fire hazard. Probably not, but just something to be aware of. If it were me though, I would probably upgrade that with a more a higher CFM, larger, more dedicated extractor, and not a bathroom fan. That's the completely wrong application for that. 36-inch, really cool with the accessory little doodad. Faucet hose is missing a button. No big deal. Oh man, this is expensive. I like it. But if this thing ever breaks, you're gonna have a very expensive bill to fix. Detail work, missing trim here. Not a big deal, but just something to point out to you. I don't really know how this, oh, there we go. I do not like these slide out microwaves. We used to build with a lot of these and they fail all the time and they're crazy expensive. It's like $2,000 for a microwave. These look like they're original cabinets that have been painted. The paint finish feels alright. I don't have any issues with it. They just refaced the cabinets, but they kept the original boxes, which is honestly a better way of doing it, because boxes that were built in the past were built generally with solid wood boxes and not particle board, which today, you know, the IKEA stuff, that's everywhere. So new is not always better. Okay, this is the mud room. It's a little cramped in here, but they also have pretty big washer dryers. They're using this as a pantry here because they don't have any pantry room up there. And then more pantry storage. Yeah, plenty of storage here. Ooh, I like this. It's pretty cool. Utility sink, always a nice thing to have. I'm assuming that's dog food. Okay, so right off of the kitchen is the master bedroom. It looks like all of these windows have been replaced, and these aren't cheap windows either, so that's good. This is one of those, so you can do one of these, or you can do one of these. Pretty cool. Tray ceiling, or no, I'm sorry, not a tray ceiling. What is this? Whatchamacallit? They have a little electric fireplace in here. It's decorative. I don't know if that's staying or if that's leaving. One pet peeve of mine are these barn doors, because it's not really a wall and it's not really a door. It just kind of gets in your way. But I mean, you can always add a door in there. That's not your vibe. I do like this though. This is very cool. The vibe, see, again, I can't tell if it's just naturally bright or if it's the LED, or not the LED, the recessed lights that makes it bright. But let me turn these off and see. But it's still, I mean, look at all that natural light. Not bad at all. 3 cm quartz. It's the good stuff. They have a very expensive acrylic tub, and it passed the wiggle test. A lot of times builders or contractors would not glue those to the ground, and this is not that case. Walk-in closets. Nice. So they keep their security stuff in here. Oh man, a water heater in the closet. That is so weird. But unique house comes with unique configurations. Just hope it doesn't flood, because all your crap in here is gonna get wet. No glass for the shower. A very Cancun thing. Oh right, this is the husband's closet, obviously. He gets 2 square feet and he should be happy about it. Okay, this flooring, it's hard to tell, but I think it's engineered hardwood. I can't put it, yeah, I think it is, because I don't think that they're going to use anything cheap in this house based on the finishes that they've chosen so far. Okay, so coming into the garage, it's a really nice garage. I like this a lot. I'm a garage guy. Apparently he is too, because look at all this. It have a dryer out here, and oh, so this is where they cook. Okay, you see? So they have their little, but this one doesn't vent anywhere either. It's interesting. So they knew about this issue, so they cook all the greasy, nasty stuff out here, right in front of their electric panel, with their sub panel. At least it's labeled. I don't hate it. All right, guy's a woodworker. He has a little CNC, what's that? A CO2 laser cutter? Yeah, I like this guy. Good use of space. It's packed to the brim though. And then they built in, oh, that looks creepy and very dangerous. Okay. It's just attic access. Okay, this is creepy as hell, so I'm not gonna explore that any further. These stairs are super steep. This is definitely not up to code. And it's kind of a waste of space right here, but you can tell they took a lot of careful consideration because everything is labeled. I like that. I like seeing that a lot. Okay, we'll save the backyard for last, but let's go over here. Living room. It's small, but I think that's the character of the house. I don't think that's something to knock on. I like this house. The more I look at it, the more it makes sense. At first I was like, I don't know, but this is kind of cool. Office. This is a really cool house now that I think about it. Okay. Closet. Built-in desk. Tons of natural light. Antler chandelier. Let me see how it looks without lights. Still tons of natural light. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Okay, so that's all for downstairs. Upstairs, shiplap on the walls. More shiplap on the walls. Okay, second bedroom. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I might have to stick this camera up because I don't know if I can climb and show you at the same time, but it's a loft up here with a closet. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Cool for kids. Child me would love that. And then small closet here. Oh, really narrow bathroom. They did not renovate the shower. This is an original shower, but they did put a frameless glass dirigimadoo here. Okay. This is 2 cm quartz. Same finish color or whatever though. Third bedroom. Skylight up top. It's medium size, maybe 12 feet across, 12 by 12-ish. It's not that big. But it does have balcony access. And I'm guessing the fourth bedroom does too. But like I said, we are gonna save this for, actually I'll give you a sneak peek right now. Holy shit, this is cool. Okay, all right, the backyard is, that's the money maker right there. Okay, oh right, closet, same configuration. Okay, Jack and Jill bath. And that's interesting. So, what a weird configuration. Oh, okay, this makes more sense. Okay, so you got your toilet in here. Your shower, which doesn't make sense because ideally you want your toilet door facing right here so that the Jack and Jill people can use the toilet and the shower at the same time, but if you put the door right here on the other side of this door, then you know, whoever's taking a shower also has command of the toilet. Okay, so this is the fourth bedroom. Like I mentioned, there is access to the balcony over here. You have a little cat ledge up there for your kitty cats. It's kind of cool. The flooring up here is different than the flooring downstairs. It's engineered hardwood, but it's a different color. And it's a narrower plank as well. Hall closet and your fifth bed. Fifth bed, maybe it's because there's no furniture in here, but it feels the biggest, and it has a loft as well. It is really cold in here. Man, that vent, I bet you the AC system is very close to this wall because this room is freaking cold. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You have storage here, and this is the Jack and Jill hall. Okay, let's go check out the backyard, which I think is what we're all here for. How do I get there? Okay. Alrighty. Nice pool. Let's do a little licky test. I think it's a saltwater pool. It tastes a little salty. It looks really nicely done. And this is the entrance to the breakfast area. Covered patio. And I think these are fold-out shades right here and here. And then you have a TV over here. And then there's a balcony with a third and fourth bedroom overlooking the pool. And then you go down here and you have a little cooking cabana. Built-in grill. It's a really cool hangout spot. A little bit of turf right here. Maybe put a little putt-putt area. Fire pit. This is really cool. This is definitely a entertainer's dream. So this is gas. This is the gas key right here. Turn this on and you light that and you have a little fireplace going. You can hear the neighbors hanging out right now because they have their music going off. I don't know if you can hear that. This is cool. This is definitely like a resort more than anything. I like it. We have to check to make sure that there's no flood zone issues because there is a creek back here. Just gotta check the FEMA maps and make sure that none of this encroaches onto the property. Because if it does, you have to get flood insurance, and then that becomes a whole ordeal. You have a storage shed. Is the storage shed? I don't want to look into their stuff. String lights, cute. This retaining walls, as you probably know, is expensive as hell. It looks like they built a retaining wall at some point and then built another retaining wall on top of this retaining wall. Structurally, I don't know. You gotta look into that. Make sure that it's fine, but so far I don't see any cracks. But this being in Carrollton, we cannot be too loose about these things. You have to have these walls inspected thoroughly, make sure that they're still structurally sound and built correctly, because repairing or replacing any of this is going to be a 5-figure expense if you're lucky. You got conduit coming out, kind of going every which way. It's warped right here. This isn't really the ideal way of doing it, but I get it. It's probably the cheaper way of doing it. You have a little well pump for a little garden hose right there. That's cute. Solar controller for all your lights. Stamped concrete patio. So this is one of the biggest issues I see, is the turning radius. To get in and out of here, you're gonna have to make, well, especially with a shed in the way. But look, it's a single driveway. approach with a electric gate, and then you have to make like a 6-point turn to get into your garage. So I have a feeling that they don't use this garage. Well, I know they don't because I've seen what's inside it. So they park all the cars on the outside. But if you have to park your car in the garage, it's gonna be quite difficult, especially if you're like me and you're an Asian driver. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to navigate every single time you want to get in and out of the house. But proper drainage everywhere. The house drains towards the creek, so that's good. And then you have another built-in gas fireplace here. So they spent an insane amount of money on this outdoor space. I hope it shows. Roof looks good. I don't really see any issues. All the vents and all the jacks are not hail damaged. It's a good sign. Painted, not rusted. All the siding, all the fascia doesn't look jacked up. I would say overall, well-maintained house. They spent a lot of money, I feel like, in the right places. This isn't something that you're gonna commonly find. In my experience, this neighborhood or this area, Carrollton, is mainly cookie cutter McMansions and stuff. So finding something with character like this is fairly hard. And this is their pool bathroom. Not updated either, same finish as the other one, but it does have the glass, some shiplap on the walls, and sink. So this is what they're using for the pool people. Okay, well, that's all I got for you guys. I spoke with the agent before I toured the property, so I got some details on it. They have a ton of showings. I'm not surprised now that I've seen this in real life. And they have one offer. They have not looked at the offer yet, but he doesn't expect this house to last very long on the market. So, like you said, I think it being one of those where it stays on the market for a week or it stays on the market for 2 months, this is going to be the former rather than the latter. And I can see it. They put a ton of money into this thing. It's very unique. This doesn't come by often, and that outdoor space is pretty freaking awesome. Okay, I am gonna upload this to YouTube. Hopefully you get a chance to check it out, and then call me, let's discuss. Talk soon, bye-bye.